In this series of videos, we are trying to understand a very special type of linear relation. And we are given an equation here, it says ax plus by equals to c. In most of the linear relations, we find that there is one independent variable and the other variable is dependent on that. In this series, I will show you that there are so many scenarios that we really don't have independent variable. We find two variables which are of same significance and totally dependent on one another. We can't really say for sure which one is independent. So you'll see in all these 10 examples we will have similar cases that none of them is actually an independent variable. So these are very interesting questions and I hope you enjoy them while we do this set of 10 videos. Question number 1. There are few nickels and dimes. Write an equation representing all the ways it could make $5 with just nickels and dimes. So that is the question, right? Now, what should I consider? Nickels as independent or dimes? You get my point, correct? They are of equal importance, correct? So, we say here, we don't really have an independent variable. Rather, both are of equal importance and they depend on one another. So let's try to make a table of values and figure out how to find how many nickels and how many dimes will make $5. So what we can have is, let me make a horizontal table first. So what we will do in this table is that we'll write nickels, let's say nickels with symbol n. So we have used variable n for nickels. Now nickels means how many cents. So nickel means how many cents? Just 5 cents, or in dollars we will do 0.05. So let me write these things in cents. It'll be easy for us to work with. So we'll say nickel is 5 cents. So I'm writing 0.5. And dimes, let D be the letter or the variable which says dimes, and dimes be 10 cents. That's the value of each nickel, right? Now, if you want to make $500, then if you use only nickels, how many nickels do you need? Let me write $5 as 500. So what we need really is a total of 500. So we are looking for a value, total value of 500 in this case. So we have to make 500 cents, let me say, right? And we are talking about now only values in cents. So we are avoiding decimals for the time being. So let's take few examples. Let's say I want to make 500 cents only with nickels. Each nickel is 5 cents. So I need 100 nickels, correct? So 100 nickels will make 500 cents. Since I have 500 cents, I don't need any dimes, okay? 0 dimes. Similarly, what we can say is, we can say, well, this time, let us make 500 cents or $5 with just dimes. Then how many dimes do I need? I need 50, right? 500 divided by 10, so we get 50. Now if I have 50 dimes, then I have $5, correct? Or 500 cents. So I don't need any nickels to complete a figure of 500. So that means this is my another combination. And that says, well, to make $5, I need just 50 dimes and no nickels. Now let's look into different combinations. So there are so many combinations in between. If we take more value from nickels, then less is required from dimes. So that is the whole concept. So let's say if we have about, let's say 20 nickels. Let's write down here that we have 20 nickels. Now 20 nickels means how many dollars or how many cents? 20 times 5 is 100. So we got 100 cents from nickels. We need 400 from dimes. That means how many? 40. Correct? 40 times 10 is 400 and 20 times 5 will give us 100 and combined we'll get 500. So like this we can get a lot of values. It is very time consuming to give you all values like this. What we can do is write an equation. Equation could be let n, so let's first define a variable. Say let n be number of nickels and let d be number of dimes. Now as you know, nickel is 5 cents, dimes is 10 cents. So if there are n nickels, then how many cents do we really have? We have 5 times n. So these are the number of cents we have, amount, right? Plus if I have d number of dimes and each is at value of 10 cents, then I have 10 times these cents. And if I add these two, total number of cents what I want is $5. That means 500 cents, correct? So that is how I can write my equation. Now if I put 20 here and try to find the value of d, I will get 40, correct? So that is how I can use my equation to find more values of the combination of nickels and dimes. You see that? So let me use this equation and work it out. So we'll do different examples. First, let me use d as 10. So if I write d as 10, then what do I get? So I'll do these calculations on the side. And that's the equation which I'm trying to use. This is the equation, right? So we say, well, if d is 10, then I have 5 nickels plus 10 times 10. I want to make 500 cents, that is $5. That means 10 times 10 is 100. So you have 5 nickels plus 100 equals to 500. Now that gives 5 nickels equals to 500 minus 100, 400. So nickels I need how many? 400 divided by 5. And 400 divided by 5 is 80, right? So we get this value. If we have 10 dimes, then we need 80 nickels. So like this, we can put more values in this, correct? We can say, well, let's try with a value of 20 dimes. So if we have 20 dimes, we'll put 20 here. So if 5 nickels plus 10 times 20 should be equal to 500. So I'll do a shorter route. 5 nickels is equals to 500 minus 20 times 10, which is 200, right? And that is 300. And so the nickels required is, we'll divide by 5. So it goes 60. So if we have 20 dimes, then we need 60 nickels. Do you see that? Now you'll see a trend. As the number of dimes increases, the number of nickels decreases, and you'll find it to be linear. And that's how it is represented here by a linear equation. 5n plus 10d equals to 500. That's a linear equation which can represent this. And using this equation, we can write different ways in which we can make $5 using nickel and dimes, right? Now, let me also give you an equation if we would have written only in dollars. If in dollars, the value of nickel is 0.05, right? That is dollars. Nickel plus 0.1 dime, that is dollars, should be equal to $5. So this equation is when we use nickels and dimes in dollars. So here the units are dollars, and in this equation the units which we are using are cents. Do you see that? So that is how we can get the equation. I hope you understand the concept. Concept here is that we have a word problem where there are two different quantities or items which are so related that we cannot say this is independent of the other. And in such situation, we can use equation of the form ax plus by equals to c, like we wrote here, 5n plus 10d equals to 500, or 0.05n plus 0.1d equals to 5. This is a linear equation which represents such a situation. Do you see that? And we'll explore these kinds of relations in the coming examples. Have a wonderful time. Thank you.